Today I am interviewing my homeschool high school graduate and asking her how prepared she was for college. Come hear what she says. Hey everybody, it's Amanda and this is my daughter.
Hello.
It's Briana, and I cannot believe we are having this conversation because she's my baby.
The last one.
And I cannot believe, number one, that we're all done with homeschool. And we actually...
that I'm an old woman.
Well, not quite. Briana is actually turning 18 this year, just in a few weeks, really.
Yep.
But we graduate our children at 16. I actually have a video how we homeschool high school and graduate at 16. I'll link at the top. You guys can check that out. So she's actually been graduated for a little while and finishing up her second year of college. And I have in the past interviewed my other two children, Brian and Ricky. I think I interviewed Brian as a college graduate and I interviewed Ricky after his first semester. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna be like a midpoint interview just to see how, right in the midst of college, how it's going for you as a homeschooler. So
exciting.
I have questions. I am gonna link the guys' videos up top if you want to watch those. I'll link them throughout the video. But I'm gonna ask you the same questions that I asked your brothers, and hopefully by sharing with everybody, you know, your homeschool experience into high school, it can help prepare some other homeschoolers as they get ready for college and maybe feel more comfortable with it. So the first question that I ask is kind of the same for everybody, and it's basically just, how is college going? Like, has college been easier or harder than you expected?
Both.
It's been easier and harder?
Well, just some semesters are easier than the other.
And some are harder?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was also kind of hard getting into like the due date thing.
Oh, well, I think that kind of answers maybe one of the other questions, but we could talk about it now if you want. The idea of, was there anything that was kind of unexpected that you feel like you weren't prepared for? So,
well, it wasn't unexpected because obviously,
yeah,
college, there's due dates.
Yeah.
But just like learning to like stay on task and keep up with it all, it has been not challenging anymore, but at the beginning it definitely was kind of hard.
It's a little bit different format because, like, you know, you had to get used to using a syllabus and you had to get used to different teachers, which, because you've mostly just had me as a teacher.
Syllabus can look scary, but it's not.
No, it's helpful.
I feel like because it looks so big, sometimes it'll look like intimidating, but it's really not. It's like really easy and simple, and a lot of the times they just repeat themselves over the semester. So yeah. All right, well, so like there's aspects of that are harder. Like, I think that that's just school in general.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think that has anything necessarily to do with being a homeschooler.
No.
I think that's just you as a college student. You know, there's hard semesters, there's easy semesters.
Which I feel like that's even in like middle school and high school.
True. So that being said, I mean, so far so good. You're like normal.
Normal.
All right. So what's the best part of being a homeschooled college student? And I think I say that because, you know, there's got to be good aspects of every educational option. Yeah, so there's got to be some good things because you are a homeschooler. When you go into college, it's like worked out in your favor.
The best part is definitely that I was already like really independent on doing schoolwork on my own, so that was easy going in. And also, just being around adults, I'm used to that. So sometimes it can feel scary when you first go in, but it's really not. Adults are normal. Just me personally, I love talking to moms. So, like, I go to the moms. I'm like, hey moms, like, what's up? So, I actually kind of like it because I like talking to more mature people.
Wow. Yeah, well, like I was saying, I think that we were surprised. Like, you met some folks that like weren't homeschooled and they weren't really comfortable with adults, and that was like kind of shocking because, like you said, you like want to hang around the moms and they aren't necessarily.
Yeah, a lot of them are like kind of scared to like ask questions to like the professor or something because they're like intimidated by, you know, them being adults. But I'm just like, hey, I have a question.
So on that note, are there any challenges that you would associate with being a homeschooler? So like we talked about the best parts of being a homeschooler. So like what are like the parts that are a little bit more challenging because you're a homeschooler?
The most challenging part was definitely just all the paperwork and stuff like that, especially because I changed my degree. And so like I had to go to like this person to this person to this paperwork to this paperwork to this building to this building, and it was just like, okay, because you know in homeschool you're just like, I'm gonna do this program or like this book, and it's not that hard and complicated. So
if you don't like the class, I can just get new books.
Yeah.
And it's like just a me and you decision.
And with this one I had to like call people and it was like
emails.
Yeah, kind of a lot, but
I think that is unique to being a homeschooler, because if you go to a public high school and you want to change your classes, you do have to kind of go through the same thing. You have to get permission from like your counselor. Like I don't know how they do it. Different schools probably do it differently.
Yeah.
But they are probably used to the idea that you can't just go and change it. Whereas a homeschooler, it's a little bit different. So that would be a challenging thing, I imagine. So now we're going to talk about socialization a little bit, because that's like the big thing that people
I know it is. It's like homeschoolers. You know, we have this whole like stereotype.
So first of all, do you think socialization has been a problem? Like, have you been getting along well with others? You already mentioned. But maybe you could talk about it specifically. Like, have you had any trouble talking with your professors? Because I mean, you are used to only having me. Any trouble with your peers, like the other students? I guess they're not all your peers, because some are older and some are younger. Or just socialization in general. Like any of that, anything's noticeable.
Guys, everyone is awkward. It's not just you. It's not.
That's a good way of putting it.
Everyone's awkward. Everyone is shy at some point. Like, you're not the only one. And honestly, I feel like it's mostly just the person. Like, it's not like homeschooler, because there's public schoolers that are super like, don't talk to me, don't look at me. But I think it's just, I can kind of be shy and like scared, but I mean, like I said in the beginning, adults, I'm not really afraid of adults, so it wasn't like a big deal talking to my professors. Honestly, I was kind of nervous walking in with all the like, because some of them aren't teenagers, but like adults and younger people or whatever. I was kind of nervous because I thought like I'm this awkward like new person, but like everyone's new at the beginning, everyone's awkward. Yeah. You all are the same.
So you didn't feel like you stood out? Like, you don't feel like...
No.
Has anyone said to you,
you
were homeschooled?
No one has ever said, Briana, you look like and you act like a homeschooler.
Has anybody...
No, I usually...
even been surprised? Like, if you said...
Yeah, everyone's usually like, oh, really? Like, okay, this has nothing to do with school, but even when I went to, like, driver's ed, everybody was like, you're homeschooled? So, yeah. I think really honestly, and I've said it for years. It's about the people?
Yeah, it's a personality thing. It has literally nothing to do with your educational. Although I think...
And it's okay if you are awkward and shy. It is okay. You're gonna find the awkward and shy people. I honestly go to them because I feel more comfortable because I'm kind of awkward.
Your dad was awkward and shy, and he went to public school, so I mean, you know.
Yeah, he's still kind of awkward and shy. I'm just kidding. I love you, Dad.
Anyway, so but no, I do think that none of you guys, none of our kids have had any trouble with the socialization.
Obviously the first class is like kind of like, oh, okay, and everyone's like quiet or whatever, but like once class starts going or whatever, it's fine.
Nothing too strenuous. Everybody can be friends with everybody. If I might go off the question list a little bit, because you are the last one, so you're the last one I get to ask. I feel like a lot of Christian homeschoolers are often scared that when they send their kids to the local community college, that all of a sudden they're going to be sent to this den of wickedness, and it's going to be like terrible things everywhere. So, I mean, have you found that like the second you walk on campus, someone is offering you drugs? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but don't you think that a lot of people feel like that's the perception?
So, I mean, sometimes I guess, but honestly, like, there's definitely just like bad things everywhere. That's just life, the world in general. But most of the people there are just going for like school. I mean, there are the kind of people that just want to hang out, but like you don't have to go to like the little hangout spots. Like, I just go and I do my class and then I leave.
And I think most people are like, especially...
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. Honestly, like what I've noticed, especially this semester, everyone is running out. Like, no one wants to stay.
Well, and yeah, 2020 is a different year to be there.
Well, 2021
anyway.
now.
Yeah. But I will say...
That is true. But also even at, not last semester, but the semester before, people are running out of that one too. I think really people just don't really want to be at school.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think community college, which we always start you guys at community college, it's a lot of working adults. Like, a lot of the people in your class are and they just don't have time to sit around and do all kinds of nonsense and be involved in foolishness.
Especially if it's like an early class, no one wants to be there. Like, everyone wants to go home and sleep.
Exactly.
That's how I am with one of my classes this semester, because it's so early. I'm like, I want to go home.
So there you go. So even though I think those are the two aspects of socialization that homeschoolers really worried about, but I really we haven't found any issue with any of those things. So that I hope that eases.
And it's really about who you surround yourself with.
Well, as in everything in life. So yeah. Is there anything that you wish you had studied more in homeschool?
I definitely wish that I would have taken more notes during homeschool, because that is very important in college. Taking notes in class, studying, all that stuff. Because I kind of was just like, la la la, you know, like doing my little homeschool self things. That sounded weird. I definitely was more chill when I was just homeschool and stuff like that. But, you know, college is like big girl things. So you gotta be more serious about it. So I wish I would have practiced taking notes more, because I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I'm learning more and more every semester, so.
Well, you're learning things, like, because she switched from business, like, I think the part of the difference is that you switched from more academic subjects, which you were comfortable with academic subjects. But now that you're in the agribusiness program, you're doing things that you have less knowledge of.
Which I love my professor. She's
does.
An angel.
But, like, she was just studying welding. And you've never done any kind of anything.
Never looked into it
with welding ever. So it is important to take notes, because it's a dangerous thing if you're not doing it right. But at the same time, it's completely different from what you're used to. So that totally makes sense that taking notes would be important, but it's in a different way.
And like, don't overdo your notes, because when I first started doing it, I was highlighting everything because I thought everything was important. So yeah, I just wish I would have taken better notes.
Note taking is a skill. Is there anything that you did do in homeschool that you feel like was kind of a waste and really you haven't used at all?
Not really. School's important, so everything I learned was great.
Well, I don't know if it was great, but to be fair, we are kind of minimalist homeschools, leaning more towards unschooling as the later years come on, and it's more like interest-led education, so you could really do the things that you were interested in. So I'm not the kind of homeschool parent that just like forces a bunch of knowledge down your throat or anything. It's really just a matter of I just was doing enough to check the boxes so she could go to college. So I mean,
and homeschool moms, don't be afraid. Your kids are gonna be okay. They're gonna be fine.
Well, I'm glad you took the time to mention that to them, because
they're gonna be okay, because I'm doing great.
Well, that's kind of another question. Do you feel like you're an equal student to everybody else? Like, are you better or worse, or just like right in the middle?
So going in to college, I definitely thought that I was gonna be the dumb one, but
it's so funny that you would feel that way. But
yeah, I feel like everyone just has those little moments sometimes, especially like starting college. That's a big thing, and you're not. Everyone's the same. Like I said, some people don't know something, some people don't know this thing. Like, you're normal.
Yeah, well, you know, again, I really do think that everybody struggles.
Me just trying to get into everybody's head that like we're normal.
Well, but it's necessary, because that's the biggest stress that homeschool moms have is that they're gonna mess up their child. That's it. They think they're gonna mess up their child.
That the mom. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, gotcha. And they're not going to be prepared, and they're like not gonna be ready for life.
But also, like, college is literally like learning. Like, you go to learn.
That's a really good point.
So, like, you're not gonna know everything on the first day of class. You're not gonna know anything on like the 5th day of class. Like, you go to college to learn.
Or even the 4th semester.
I don't even know some things sometimes. I'm just like, oh, okay. So yeah, not the kids, don't be afraid. The moms, the dads, the grandparents, anybody, don't be afraid.
That's actually really good advice.
Your kids are gonna be okay.
Yeah, I like how you worded that. It's really good. All right, so last question. What one piece of advice would you give a graduating homeschooler before they go into college?
Don't be scared, and don't think you're the dumb one. Because I definitely was scared and felt like that, and it made me super stressed the first day, and it's really not that big of a deal. Everyone is going in scared and thinking they're probably the dumb one, so don't be afraid.
I really think, honestly, there's probably a lot of people...
And take notes.
There's probably a lot of people who walk in and feel a little insecure, but then there's probably a lot of people who are like just there trying to get their work done, like and just like don't even care.
Think people care. Literally, don't think people care. Like sometimes I'm like when I first started, I was too scared to go to the bathroom in class because I was like, people are gonna stare at me and think like, oh, this girl has to go to the bathroom. No one cares. Literally, no one cares.
Breaking down the wisdom from Briana.
Of course, I brought up the bathroom.
All right, that's it. If you guys have any...
Oh, I actually have one other piece of advice. Another thing, talk to your professors. Do not be scared of your professor.
That's good advice.
Literally, like, email them if you have a question. Email them if, like, who knows, maybe they'll let you retake a test. Email them. Don't be scared. Because a lot of the times, your professors are, like, super chill and are super nice. So, don't be afraid of the professors and don't overthink. My advice. I got you.
Okay. All right, if you guys have any other questions for Briana, you can put it down in the comments below, and I will try my best to make sure she answers them for you.
Maybe we'll make a part 2.
Maybe. If you have that many questions, we will definitely work on a part 2. So, so that's it. So hopefully you guys feel better now that you've watched Briana, and you can watch the guys and just see that, you know, it's really not that as much of a scary proposition for your homeschool student to go to college. Everybody can do it. And
everyone.
The boys, they graduated. Ricky graduated with an associate's degree by 18, and Brian had a bachelor's at 19, and you are going to have she's going to have an associate's at 19. Briana's decided to go things a little more slowly, and that's fine.
And if you want to
it's not a race.
It's great.
That's right.
Because you can even just like live life a little bit more. It's awesome, especially because, you know, I am so young and I am going into college so young.
Correct.
It's perfectly fine.
It's not a race. Nope. It's just take your time and get it done. So anyway, but my point is just that everybody's done it. No matter what their comfort level, whether they want to go really fast or really slow, or, you know, focus on whatever, you know, everybody in our family's done it, and they're all different, and I'm sure that everybody in your family can do it too. I do want to let you know that Ultimate Bundles is selling their Ultimate Homeschool Bundle. It's on a flash sale today and tomorrow. And it's $37 and it's 97% off. I've bought Ultimate Bundles, Homeschool Bundles before. I actually have this current bundle too, because, you know, once you buy the bundle, you can download all of the different courses and things. They have it for different age levels, like preschool, elementary, middle, high school, all of the different age groups. They had a really cool one in the high school bundle that had to do with quarantines and pandemics and things like that. So just a side note, but I actually was buying it because I thought that I was interested in maybe those preschool things, because, you know, I could download it, have it for the future, you know, not for Briana, but for, you know, Ricky just got married, you know, maybe one day he might want to use it. I just, you know, it's such a good deal. Why not get it? But anyway, so if you are interested in it, I'm going to put a link down. It's an affiliate link down in the description box, and you guys can check that out, and you can see all the different course materials that they offer. For all the different age levels. There's really great materials like planners for moms and just all kinds of different things. Like I said, it's like 97% off. It's like $1,500 worth of merchandise or something like that. You'll see all the details down in the description box. Check it out there. But anyway, I'm gonna let you know that that's available if you want to look at that. But that's that. Homeschool. It works. You can do it.
And it's great.
And they can do it.
We can do it.
All right, that's it. You all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.